Her name was Kiko, and she was the only witness to my wife's murder. The problem was she couldn't speak. She could only scream and steal and break my heart piece by piece. Isabella, my wife, was a primate researcher. Our small apartment was always filled with the scent of fresh fruit and the soft, curious eyes of Kiko, a Capuchin monkey she was rehabilitating. Kiko was a whirlwind, intelligent, mischievous, and deeply attached to Isabella. She'd sit on my shoulder while I cooked, her little fingers gently picking at my hair. We were a strange, happy little family. The night it happened, I was working late. I came home to silence, the kind of silence that's heavier than any noise. The front door was slightly ajar, and then I saw her, Isabella. The police called it a botched robbery. They took some electronics, her jewelry box, and her life. I was lost in a fog of grief and shock, a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. In the aftermath, Kiko was the only thing I had left of Isabella. But she was changed, traumatized. She'd flinch at sudden movements and spent hours huddled in her favorite spot on the bookshelf, clutching a small, shiny hair clip of Isabella's that she must have stolen before it happened. She wouldn't let it go. It was her relic. Weeks turned into a month. The police had no leads. The case was growing cold, and I was falling apart. But Kiko, she started doing something strange, something specific. She began to steal my things. Not just random things, shiny things, my silver watch, a handful of coins from a bowl. She'd take them and add them to a small, growing pile in the corner of her enclosure, right next to that hair clip. At first, I thought it was just grief or displaced animal behavior, but it was so deliberate. One evening, I was trying to work, my mind a mess, and Kiko was being particularly restless. She was chattering, pointing at me, then at the door. She threw one of her toys at me in what looked like pure frustration. It was like she was screaming at me, and I was too stupid to understand. And then it happened. The moment that changed everything. She was on her bookshelf, clutching that hair clip, rocking back and forth. I was sitting on the floor, my head in my hands, giving in to the despair. She suddenly went quiet. She dropped down, scurried over to me, and gently, so gently, pressed the cold, shiny hair clip into my hand. She looked into my eyes, let out a soft whimper, and then scurried back to her spot. It wasn't a gift, it was a message, and in that moment, the pieces started to click into place in my shattered mind. The robber